Bum, bum, bum. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good evening, depending on when you're watching. How are we all doing? I'm just going to wait for another few to jump on and we'll get started with Thursday's cardio and core session. So I hope it wasn't too stormy where you were last night. We got quite a slap here, but nothing compared to down the country by the looks of things. So I'm kind of afraid to open windows in case they lift me, but we'll see. So grab yourself your mat, grab yourself some water, and we'll get started now in about 30 seconds. So as always, our cardio and core is what it says. We're going to go from cardio to core, up and down off the floor, and we're going to do a nice, fast, 30-minute blast through this workout this morning, and we'll get our sweat on and we'll get feeling nice and strong by the end of it. So when you're ready, when you've got your water and you've got yourself set up, we'll just bring it onto the toes and we'll get warmed up. So keep going, just lightening the feet. Just going to lift this up a little bit. Angle changes every day in this for some reason. Here we go. That's better. So nice and light on the toes. And let's just get the body ready for exercise. Jumping jacks. Now, as always, only participate in this workout if you're in full health and you have no injuries. If you find lateral movements difficult with your jacks, there's an alternative for you. Keep going with the jacks. Forward and back. Keep going. You can move the arms as well if you wish. Back to jacks. And then we'll just jog it out again. Nice deep breaths. Straight it up. And relax. So arms, big circles, forward. Remember, nice deep breaths here. Change direction. Nice, and then out to the side, 4 times. Change to a diagonal movement, 4 each side. So we're really opening up the chest here and getting the upper arm and shoulder woken up. Well done. Plant those feet on the floor, rotate the hips in one direction. Try and keep the feet and heels on the floor. Keeping the chest tall. Change direction. Well done. We're going to bring it down into a squat position. Keep the chest tall. Sit the bum as low as you can. And then carefully, using the hands on the floor, you can push up and stretch out the backs of the legs. Let's go again. And push up through once more. Last time. This time, if you can, use the elbows, just slightly rotate the knees and open up the hips a little bit further. So down into a plank position now, and you're going to bring one foot up to the hand. Hold it. Let's do 3 each side. Really get everything opened up here, woken up to work. Down onto your side, hands go out in front, leg in the bottom is straight, top leg is bent, and your 2 hands are in front here, and then you're going to rotate back and open up that chest towards the ceiling If you can, keep the knee on the floor while you do so. Fine, but you will find a natural raise as you rotate. So 6 each side. And then you can simply turn over here. I flip around so I can be seen here. 1, 2. So 6 each side. Well done. So when you're done with that one, go onto your back and you can do 12 glute bridges with your 2 feet and your 2 heels in your bum, and you push that pelvis, not the tummy, the pelvis up towards the ceiling. So you can do 12 like this, or you can do 6 each side with the foot on the knee. Push the pelvis, not the tummy. People tend to do this where they push their belly up, and actually what you're doing is you're hurting your back. So pelvis goes up towards the ceiling. Try and get a straight line if you can. Even if you only get to here, it's better than nothing, okay? So 12 each side, or 12 altogether. And I'd say I've done 40 at this point. So let's bring it up. Grab a drink. And again, open windows if you need to. We're going to do 2 rounds of this. I'll show variations as much as possible for these. Keeping it nice and simple today. So the first exercise is going to be a squat. Those of you who have been training with us for a while, feel free to grab a weight if you wish. But you can do this whole workout today with body weight only. So we're going from a squat down onto the floor for a plank. We're going to go then into a sprint and a reverse crunch. Going into a total body extension into hollow hold, and then we're going to finish with a hop to squat and a nice strong bicycle crunch on the floor. So when you're ready, we'll get started with our squat, and then as I said, we're going down onto the plank. So with your squat, just before we start, technique-wise, if you're a beginner doing this and you're still not used to your squat, stand in front of a chair or sofa, push your bum back towards the seat. Once it touches, straighten up and squeeze the bum. So when you get into that habit, you can then try it without the chair behind you. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So if you're using a weight, don't have mine handy here, you're going to go down into your squat, but you keep the chest tall. If your chest goes like this, you drop the weight or keep it strong, up and down. Hands can go towards the ceiling, and that keeps your chest tall also. People squat doing this, you might get low, but you're not squatting. Keep going. Sorry, I'll just turn this to silent, because otherwise it'll beep, 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 beep at you. Sorry. A few more seconds to go. Keep going with the squats. That's it. Low, chest tall, and up. Squeeze the bum at the top. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down onto the floor. We're going to do our plank. So, everyone knows the basic plank, but it's always important to check your technique with the plank. We get into really bad habits with this movement, or this exercise. So we're going to start off on our forearms, on our knees. When we're here, check the positioning of your pelvis now. So it needs to be tucked in and straight. If your bum's up here, that's not a plank. So here, and then if you can, lift the knees and keep that straight line where you're going right from your heels to your shoulders in one line. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're holding it here. Now, the plank is a great strengthener, and it's a great one to do to prepare for push-ups and prepare for those kind of exercises, mountain climbers and stuff like that. You have to tuck your pelvis in towards your chin. Make sure your back is not curved, and make sure there's no dip. This is not a plank, and this is not a plank. Your plank is here, in the middle. If it becomes difficult, dip one leg, just split second on the floor and back. Keep the core tight. If you're shaking, that's perfectly normal. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bring it back up onto the floor now, and we're going to go into our total body extension. So starting off with your hands in the air, and you're going to swing them back, bending back, pushing the bum back, and then as you lift the arms, add a jump. Watch me. Up and down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, for the beginners in the group, start with this movement, up and down, and then add your tiptoes. Up on the tiptoes, and then eventually you turn it into a jump. If you are not a beginner and you want to progress this, find a rhythm and go as fast as you can. Land soft in those knees, no lock knees. Again, you can go up and down. Breathe. Last 5 seconds, don't stop. And well done. Down onto the floor for your reverse crunch. Now, reverse crunch, another nice simple exercise, but this one that's often misdone or done incorrectly. So you start off with your back flat on the floor, okay? Hands are by your side. They're not under your bum, they're beside your hips. Bring the knees in to the chest here, or just in a 90-degree angle. And your first movement is knees into the chest and back, and then you can extend the legs. Knee in, extend the legs. Knee in, progressing on to this, where we push up and flat, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So choose the one that you know you can do. Roll it up, mind the lower back. When you extend those legs, if your back begins to arch, bring them higher. If you can go low to here, without your back arching, good for you. Keep the core tight. Breathe out as you go. 1. But this is just as effective with a reverse crunch. So the bum comes up, feet go up. Last 10 seconds, whichever one you're doing, stick to it now. Mind the back. 3, 2, 1. Bringing it up onto the floor, and we're going to sprint. And we're going into our hollow hold then backward. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I don't need to explain this one, we just run through. Now, with your sprinting, think about your arm position. Think about your posture. If you're running like this, it's not really a sprint. So you're up tall, chest is tall, and your arms are going in alternate to your feet. It should happen naturally anyway. But keep the elbows in. None of this. Okay? Nice and controlled. Small movements. Keep the chest back or tall, shoulders back, core should still be engaged here. Last 10 seconds, speed it up. 3, 2, and 10. We're going onto the floor for hollow body hold. And with the hollow body hold, it's one of those ones that looks really, really easy, but it's not. So, again, it's all about your back. You're lying on your back flat. Your hands are here. They're not on the mat, they're here. Knees are in the air. Now, lift your head and shoulders, and if that's challenging you, stay there. But with the hollow body hold, you want to lower your legs, keep the core tight, keep the head and shoulders up, look through your legs, and try and hold your back flat on the floor there. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're going here for advanced. So head and shoulders are up, legs are as low as possible, hands are by your side, you're looking through at the wall. If your back begins to arch, come to here. Now I can sit there quite comfortably, but if you find that your back is arching, bring the knees in further. So do you see now what I mean about your back being flat? Your back is flat on the floor. If I try to lower my legs, my back will eventually begin to arch. That is your core telling you where to stop. So if you're here, hold it here. Shaking, that's okay as well. Whole body hold lower, hold. Everything is strong. You're nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and bring it up out. Well done. Up onto your feet. We're going into a half to squat. Now I'm going to show a few variations here as well, because we do have new people in the group, which is great to see. But I don't want to scare you off with kind of constantly showing advanced stuff. Half to squat, center. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your half to squat. You can also do step, squat together, switch sides. Step, squat, so it turns into a side squat. So choose which one you want to do and join in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Again, basic move, center step, squat, center switch, squat, center switch leg, squat. 1, 2, 3. When you've got that, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you want to touch the floor, but keep that chest tall, go for it. You can do it. So there's always modifications, guys, for every exercise. If the squat is difficult, center, step, hold. Center, step, hold. And eventually you'll go down into that squat. 1, 2, and time. Well done. And we're going to finish off with a bicycle crunch on the floor. Bicycle crunch. Again, those of you who are training with myself and Emmett for a while, you'll know what we're going to say here. It's again about keeping your back flat on the floor, and it's not a fast movement, okay? We're controlling our movement. Knees are up, here. Head and shoulders start here, not here, here. Back is flat. We're going to bring the knee into the armpit and the elbow towards the ceiling and back. Up, 2. Extend the leg out as you can, and then eventually you'll find the movement flows. 3, 2, 1, let's go. No speed. So bring the knee and the armpit together, stabilize. Switch arms and legs, stabilize. 1, 2. As you get confident, you can lower the leg, as long as your back does not arch. Elbow towards the ceiling, armpit towards the knee. If you can touch, good luck to you. I don't know how you would, but so it's a small, slow movement. And again, your leg can go up rather than down. Up to you, whichever one you can do. Advanced, you're here. Basic, you're here. Push the heel towards the wall, always. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Now, bring it up, grab a drink. No? Sorry. 2 seconds. Do you want that? I'll be 10 minutes. Right, I'll get you on there. That's okay. Because you're never fed, are you? Here. Right there. Good. Thank you. See you in a minute. My children are always hungry. Good luck to her in school next week when she has times where she has to eat. Okay, so you should be sweating. I'm sweating. Nice and controlled, nice and strong, fast. We're going through them as quickly as possible. I always will remind you that you choose which exercise you're going to do for the set and stick to that. When I'm changing from one to the other, or when Emmett's doing it, he's changing from one to the other, we're trying to show everybody something that you can do for your ability. But if we were training ourselves, I would never jump into 4 or 5 different variations. I would pick one and do it. So choose which one you're going to do. If you're a beginner, do what I show you for the beginning. If you're an advanced, try it, go for it. Eventually, if you go to a higher one or a higher standard of exercise or a higher modification, and you find halfway through the set this is too much, you can regress back to the first exercise. But try not to chop and change throughout that set. Let's do it again, a wee bit faster this time, because I'm not going to spend as much time showing and stopping and changing. You know, the moves are basic enough. As always, you can pop questions into the comments and we will answer them as soon as possible. So we're starting off again with our squat, going down into our plank. Get yourself in position for the squat. Are you using a chair? Go to the chair. Are you using a weight? Grab your weight. If you're using body weight, get yourself in position. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're going to go through this much faster now. Down, hands walk towards the ceiling and back. 1, 2, 1, squeeze everything at the top. When you get to the top, your pelvis comes forward and you squeeze the glutes. Push that bum back towards the wall behind you, and then the pelvis goes towards the wall in front of you. Keep going. So your hands, when you get the technique, you can keep your hands at your chest. You can do what you want with your hands really, but up here is a great guide to keep that chest tall. You're nearly there, come on. 3, 2, time. Bring it down onto the floor for plank. Again, think about which one you're going to do. On your knees or on your toes. Always on the forearm. So go onto your forearms. Decide whether you're going knees, tuck, or toes, tuck. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I'm on my forearms. I'm going to my toes. I'm here. I'm holding it. I'm tucking the pelvis towards my chin. I've really squeezed my core. If someone was to poke me in the tummy right now, it wouldn't push me or change my position. As I go through this, often you'll see the buns coming up here. And that's to do with you're trying to protect yourself, but you'll hurt your back doing that. Keep the pelvis low. Always check the positions. Don't be here either. Here. Straight line. Last 10 seconds. Stay up. Shaky, shaky, that's fine. That means that you're working. 3, 2, and well done. Bring it up onto your feet. For total body extensions. Again, start with the hands in the air. 3, 2, 1. Let's go up and back. And out your jump. Look to the ceiling as you jump. Then look to the floor. Keep the chest tall. So it's almost like a skiing movement. Hand goes back, knees are soft. Keep going. Remember as well, you can do it without the jump if you need to. So you're going up and back and stretch and back. And eventually adding in your toes, and you will begin to feel it's more natural to actually add a jump in. And this is a great alternative as well for burpees if you're not able to do those properly yet. 3, 2, and 10. Let's go back to the floor into our reverse crunch. So remember what I said in the last round. Start here. Back is flat. Hands by your side. Knees are at 90 degrees. Bringing them in and out. The bum comes slightly off the floor. Legs or heels go out. And you decide yourself where you can go with the legs without arching the back. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're going in. We're going up. Heels go up. In. Small movement. Knees to the chest. Bum rolls back a little bit and up. Heels go out. If that's not challenging you, go up again with the legs here and then extend low if you can. Or go to where you can. Do not let that back arch. If your back is arching, your body is telling you to stop. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Last 10 seconds. Come on, you can do it. 3, 2, roll it up. Up onto your feet. We're going to sprint. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, we're sprinting on the spot. If you have perhaps issues with pelvic floor and you find this kind of plyometric kind of movement difficult, just jog or step. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just stay moving. We never stop. If you stop suddenly during exercise, you get lightheaded, you feel dizzy, not a good idea. So jog on the spot, nice and light. You can speed it up now, he knees up a little bit. Last 5. 3, 2, and 10. I don't know what's going on with my hair here. Okay, down onto the floor. We're nearly there, guys. You're doing great. Onto our hollow body hold. So again, our back is going to position our legs. Lie flat, knees up, hands here. Let's go. Hold. I'm going to lower my legs a little bit here. Once I go to here, now today my back's arching. So I'm going to come back to here. But my head and shoulders are always off the floor. If you're doing this, it's just a leg raise. Here, hold, squeeze, everything's shaking. Look through the wall, your legs at the wall. Or if you can, look at your laces, whichever you can do. Last 10. If you're shaking, it's fine. Just don't let that back arch. Let your back stay on the floor. That's what keeps it safe. And 10. Up and out. And we're going into our hop squat. Ready to go? 3, 2, 1. Which one are you doing? Are you doing center step squat Whichever one you're doing now, stick to it. Don't change halfway through. Utterly pointless. Add a little bit of depth if you wish. Keep that chest tall. Come on, you can do it. We're nearly there, guys. We're hopping into Thursday. Last 3. Let's do one more. And well done. And down onto the floor. For our bicycle crunch. To finish off our lovely sweaty session. Again, where are you going with your legs? Are they going up or are they going out? 3, 2, 1. Start here, hands here, let's go. Elbows up to the ceiling, heels away from the body. Don't pull the neck. I can do this without actually touching my head. People tend to do this. No, stop it. Hands are by your temples, simply for guidance. And your armpit goes towards your knee. You can slow it down. Stable, center, stabilize in the center. You're nearly there. Come on, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, roll it up. Okay, bring it back up onto your feet. Grab a drink. Walk it out. Let's cool it down. My hair is soaking. So keep walking around your kitchen now for a few seconds. Don't stop suddenly. If you have collapsed onto your sofa, get up. So we're going to walk it out. And as I always say, in the same way that we warmed up to exercise, we're going to cool down out of the exercise. So when your breath and your heart rate has kind of come back to normalish, we'll get cooled down. So let's plant our feet onto the floor. Shoulders, relax them down, bring them up to your ears. Push them back down. So we're going forward and back here, back and down. Nice deep shoulder rolls. Because we often find, especially at the end of that kind of session, that your shoulders are up at your ears. So let's roll them out. Now let's go into arm movement. And if you're like me and you carry all your tension in your shoulders and back, this will help. Nice and slow. Let's switch direction now and go forward with those arms instead. Keep that core nice and tight. You should feel your core pulling as you do this movement. Keep the knees soft. Well done. Same movements as the warm up now. Let's stretch it out and close it up. 3, 2, let's do one more. And right, well done. Bring it back down onto your mat. Onto your back. And I want you to stretch it out and let whatever parts of your body are touching the floor fall deeper into the floor. Nice deep breaths. And just as you're relaxing, bring the 2 knees up and bring both of them together with your hands and pull them towards your chest. Now you can lift your head slightly and you can rock very slightly from side to side and allow the lower back to roll out a little bit on the floor. Hold on to that left knee now and extend the right leg. Now if you can go to here, fine. If your back is arched, go to there instead. Okay? And again, switching it over carefully, you put your leg out as far as you can. You might go to here, you might go to here, you could go to here. As long as that back stays flat on the floor, go for it there. Feet down. Put your right ankle onto your left knee, put the hands through, hold on to that hamstring and pull that leg back if you can. Head can be on the floor. Push the heel towards the ceiling. Stretch the calf. If you're swearing at me right now, that's absolutely fine. And switch slowly down and over. Other ankle, knee forward, hand up, pull up that leg. Woo! And you'll feel that right down in here to your glute. And you push the heel towards the ceiling. Well done. We're going to bring it onto our front or onto our side now. So if you're on your side, top leg, pull it to here, knees together, legs straight, hands out for balance, and push the pelvis forward and the heel into the bum. Get that quad stretched out. And you then roll very carefully onto your other side, or if you're on your front, that's fine as well. We're just going to do it here. And again, you do whichever stretch here is comfortable for you. If you can do it on your front, fine. If you need to go onto your side, as long as you're stretched in the quad, doesn't matter. Heel into the bum. Hands below the shoulders, let's push up carefully and just glance up at the ceiling. And then bring the bum back onto the heels. Back up into your all fours position, toes into the floor, and I want you to push your bum up in the air. And then when you're here, push the heels down. Ooh, calves are tight. And use your hands and just walk yourself back up, out of that, and here. Step, right leg back, down, tilt the pelvis and hold. Carefully switching it over. Other leg back, lunge, tilt and hold. Bring it up to here. Arms stretch out in front. Raise them up to the top. Push them out to the side and back away from your body. And then if you can, bring them around back here and then lower that shoulder down again and hold. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to further on these shorter sessions, always remember you can pause and go back and watch the second session again, but that's plenty for a Thursday morning. I will be on live at 8 o'clock tonight from the gym, streaming Strong Nation, so you can join in if you wish, and you can watch it back for an hour or so afterwards as well. Any questions, pop them in the box below, especially if you're new to the group. Please don't be sitting thinking that you can't ask something. We're always able